This is our key resource to help us plan going forwards. So we have to have a mini plan. We don't want something that's going to take 6 weeks to design. We're trying to do some planning that helps us to be effective in our actions, effective in our changes. So first, we're thinking about what is your focus and which one of those are you going to do? This teacher's ticked engineer collaborative learning. So you're going to choose one, remember. You're not choosing many, try to choose one. Which or what micro strategy will you try? You're going to maybe use some of that work from your last session in this. You might already have written some of this down. I'm going to try having my students work in groups and assign roles to each student. Are they working on that collaborative part? Underneath their little target, this is an important question. What do you actually want to achieve? So what is it you want to change? What do you want to improve? Try to describe that in that section there. I want the girls in my science class to be more involved in class discussions. Let's have a look in this middle one. Why is this an issue in your school? So you might write a little bit longer about why is this important? Why is this principle important? What's the situation? What's the story here? Observations of my students over this term have shown me that many of them do not participate in class discussions during science. I have also noticed that the boys are more likely to participate than girls. The teacher here has written a little bit of a background, a little bit of context to describe why it's important. When will you take action? So when are you going to do it? Hopefully soon, because we need to take action. Finish planning early next week. Try some group work in my sessions on Tuesday and Wednesday. So that's the sort of detail that you want. It's your plan. So write down when you're going to have a go at doing these things. Who is responsible? Now, you might be wondering, am I doing this with other people? Are we doing this as a team? Decide upon an action project on your own so that you can implement those ideas in your own teaching. So you might have something that might be similar to another teacher, but you will need to work on your own. Who is responsible might be you, but might be other people. You might include some of the students in your class. Who's involved in this one for this teacher? I'm going to work with my teaching partner and the students in grade 10 on a Tuesday and Wednesday. We've also got local resources. So what other things in school that are going to help? What other resources could you tap into during your action research project? Extra teachers to help with the data collection. Maybe there's some other people that you can bring in to help you. Work with another teacher to do a swap. So maybe there's an opportunity to go into another class. Invite some older students to help. You might film or record some of the discussions. So the bottom row of our planner has 3 sections. The first section, what are the impact indicators? What are you looking for? What are you trying to notice? This is connected to what you're trying to achieve. In this example, girls are contributing to group and class discussions. How do girls feel about the activity? It might be something that you ask and you look for some response from. So you're trying to notice that change in behavior because you tried something. You're focusing on the impact. Second part, how will you measure success? So how are you going to measure the impact of your work? Think about this question when you're thinking about your strategy. So this teacher's saying, I will collect data from both observations and student responses to see if the strategy was successful. And so there might be some quantitative data that you count from observations, but you might get some other types of written data from the students' comments. It's good to sometimes have a balance. And then the last section, where will you get your data from? It's an important question to have in your plan. And this teacher says, I will get my data from those observations. I might need help from a colleague to sit with a group. So maybe if you're doing observations, you might need some help to be able to do observations of each other's classrooms. Maybe you could work together to do some observations of each other's spaces.